In this video, we are going to discuss about Ampere circuital law. So on completion of this Ampere circuital law, students will be able to understand what is Ampere circuital law and its application of Ampere circuital law. So in electrostatics, this Gauss law we are used for obtaining this electric field in case of complex problems. So similarly, here in magnetostatics, for complex problems, we will be using this Ampere circuital law. So this Ampere circuital law states that the line integral of magnetic field intensity, that is H vector, around a closed path is exactly equal to the direct current which is enclosed along the path. So we can write this equation as closed integral of H vector dot dl vector is equal to current I. So this law is very helpful for determining this magnetic field intensity when there is a current distribution is symmetrical, that we can say it as even. So the proof of this Ampere circuital law. So here we are considering a long straight conductor which is carrying the current, and this long straight conductor we are placing it along the z axis which is shown in this diagram. So here we are considering the closed circular path with this radius r. So here this encloses the straight conductor which is carrying the direct current. So this point P is at the perpendicular distance r from the conductor. So the distance we are taking as r, and here we are considering dl vector at the point P, so which is on a pi direction. So that is tangential to the circular path. So we are denoting as dl vector is equal to r d pi into a pi vector. While this magnetic field intensity which we are obtaining at this point P from the Biot-Savart law, that is due to the infinitely long conductor, we can write it as H vector is equal to I divided by 2 pi r into a pi vector. So we can write the equation as H vector dot dl vector is equal to, we know the value of H vector and dl vector. So we can apply it here, and applying the integral, that is pi value changes from 0 to 2 pi. So based on that limit we will be getting the value of I by 2 pi into d pi. Then we will be applying the integral value. Finally we will be getting, that is closed integral of H vector dot dl vector is equal to current that is enclosed along the path, that is I. So this proves that the integral H vector dot dl vector is along the closed path which is along the direct current enclosed by the closed path. And here the path which is enclosed by the direct current, that is I, need not to be circular, it can be a irregular shape. So this law does not depend on the shape of the path, but the path must enclose the direct current once. So that path we will be saying. So this path, that is Amperean path, is similar to the Gaussian surface while we are applying the Gauss law. So here what are the steps we have to know while applying this Ampere circuit laws? First one is we have to consider the closed path which is symmetrical, so that this encloses the direct current only once, that we will be calling as Amperean path. And second one, we will be considering the differential length, that is dl vector, based on the coordinate system. So based on the coordinate system which we are using, we have to consider the differential path, and we have to identify the symmetry in which direction this magnetic field exists according to this coordinate system. And fourth one is we have to find out the H vector dot dl vector. So we have to make sure that this dl vector and H vector are in the same direction. So from that we have to find out the integral of H vector dot dl vector around this closed path, and we have to equate this current I enclosed by this path. So while solving this for the magnetic field intensity, we get the main thing, that is this magnetic field intensity should be due to the direct current. So for applying this Ampere circuital law, following conditions we have to be satisfied, that is this magnetic field intensity should be either tangential or it should be normal to the path at each point, And second one is this magnitude of this magnetic field intensity must be same at all points of the path where this magnetic field intensity is tangential. So here there is the application of Ampere's circular law. The first application is magnetic field intensity due to the infinitely long straight conductor. So in this magnetic field intensity due to the infinitely long straight conductor, we are considering the infinitely long straight conductor which is placing along the z axis. Here direct current is applied and we are considering the Amperian closed path. So that is given as in the diagram. Here we are considering the point P on this closed path. Here we will be finding out the magnetic field intensity. So the radius of this path we are taking as r, and this point is perpendicular distance r from the conductor. So the magnitude of this magnetic field intensity depends on the direction of the radius, that is r, and the direction that is always tangential to the closed path. So this magnetic field intensity has only one component, that is a pi vector, which we are saying as h pi. So h vector is equal to h pi into a pi, and dl vector is equal to rd pi into a pi. So according to this Ampere's circular law, we can apply the value of h vector and dl vector. So while applying, we will be getting by equating the equations, that is we can apply the limit from pi equal to 0 to 2 pi. So from that we will be getting the value of h vector is equal to h pi into a pi. So h pi is equal to I by 2 pi r. So we will be applying the value of h vector is equal to h pi into a pi. So we will be getting I divided by 2 pi r into a pi vector. And next one is magnetic field due to coaxial cable. So in the case of coaxial cable, here this inner conductor we will be taking the radius of r, which is carrying the direct current, and the outer conductor is in the form of the concentric cylinder. So here this radius is b and outer radius is c. So this cable which we are placing along the z axis, and the current is uniformly distributed in this inner conductor, while this negative current, that is I, is uniformly distributed in the outer conductor. So the space between this region, that is inner and outer region, which we are filling with dielectric. So we can calculate this magnetic field intensity based on the region wise. So in the first region, if you see, means here in the first region, within this inner conductor, the radius, that is r, is less than a. So here we are considering the path that is having the radius r is less than a, and the area of this cross section we are taking as pi r square, and the total current which is flowing through this area is pi a square. So the current which is enclosed by this closed path, we can write it as I dash is equal to r square divided by a square into I. Here we will be finding out the magnetic field intensity and the a pi direction. So h vector is equal to h pi into a pi. Then the differential component, we can write it as dl vector is equal to rd pi into a pi. Then we are applying the Ampere's circular law. So h vector and dl vector equal to I. So from that we will be calculating that h vector is equal to IR divided by 2 pi a square into a pi. So this is for the first region. In the case of second region, within this, that is radius between A to B, here we are considering a circular path that is enclosing the inner conductor region carrying the direct current. So this is the case of infinitely long straight conductor. So also that is along the z axis. So we can write this equation as h vector is equal to I divided by 2 pi r into a pi. And in the third region, that is within the outer conductor, that is B less than or less than C. So here we are considering the closed path, that is the current enclosed by the closed path is only along the one part of the current, that is minus I. So in the outer conductor, so this total current minus I is flowing along the cross sectional. So we can say that as pi of C square minus B square, also which is the closed path which is enclosing the cross section pi of r square minus b square. So the current which is enclosed by the closed path in the outer conductor, we can write it as I dash is equal to minus of r square minus b square divided by c square minus b square of I. So here we can say this I double dashes, that is current in the inner conductor, and also I enclosed is the total current, that we can say it as I double dash plus this I current. So applying this Ampere circuit law, that is closed integral of H vector dot dl vector is equal to current which is enclosed. So this magnetic field intensity is again in the direction of A pi. So we are writing as H vector is equal to H pi into A pi vector, and dl vector is equal to RD pi into A pi vector. So based on this Ampere circuit law, we can apply this equation and we will be finding out the H vector, and if it is outside the cable means we can say that is R is greater than C. So the total current which is enclosed along this path will be 0. So if you are considering a closed path means also here this conductor, since it is present between the positive current I as well as negative current, so the total current enclosed is equal to 0. And here the quiz questions on this Ampere circuit law. So which law can Ampere circuit be derived from? That is Biot-Savart law. And what is the magnetic field inside a pipe? That is 0. Thank you.